So how do you do that? Okay, today is part 1. Today is 9th. That is a whole lot. Part 1 and 9th of 2026. Okay. So you do that by using 3 powerful laws that will end struggle and change your life forever. So you do that by using 3 powerful laws. Okay. That will end struggle and change your life forever. And change your life forever. Okay. That's powerful. So one of the laws. Okay. It's called the law of inertia. That is Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion. Object at rest or in motion will stay that way unless acted by a net external force or unbalanced force. That is how you have. So if you keep something at rest or the thing is in motion in a straight line, it will remain that way unless acted upon by a net external force or unbalanced force. That means if I keep this thing here, it always remains like that. If something come to, there's a force applied that to the two will move. A body that remains in motion in a straight line will always remain that way unless acted by equal and opposite force or external force or net external force. So something will always be that way unless something happens. So I said an object at rest or emotion or emotion will stay that way unless acted upon by a net external force or unbalanced force. Full stop. Write this down, very important. Nothing moves until something moves it. Nothing moves until something moves it. So nothing moves until something moves it. So we can always remain the way we are in the level of knowledge we are having, except we are being impacted by external information, knowledge, understanding, except to expose your brain to something different, verbal programming, modeling, or incident. So a man will always be the way it is until they added a book to his life, add information to his life. So anytime I read a book, I'm allowing myself as the object to be impacted by an external force. So anytime I read a book, anytime I expose myself to knowledge, information, I'm allowing myself to be acted upon by external force. So it's all will always remain at rest, financially, emotionally, it will remain that way, except he do something different. Something happened to him or he happened to something. So you have to understand that every time I engage in a conversation, in a relationship, in a making decision, I learn a skill. Anytime I do that, I'm allowing myself to be impacted by external force. So a lot of people don't want something extra to add to them positive. They always say, let me be the way I am. Nambandoro. So since that is how you are, so you don't want to change your character, your behavior, so you want to remain that way because you want to get the same result. So a man that always like his financial life to be stable, always be that way, except he allows something else positive to affect him. Anytime I don't determine my outside result and an outcome, then the outside result and outcome affects whatever I'm doing. So in my finances, if I'm going to remain that way until I decide that I want something on the outside and that will become on the inside or help me achieve that result. For example, if I'm doing well in my finances, but I want to improve my relationship with God, relationship with friends and family, my investment, I can now say, okay, this year I'm making extra 20 million. Then I already decided what I want in the outside, 20 million, 100 million naira. I want to impact 5 people's life. I already decide what I want. That's what I want. So I will not have to become that person that can get that result. But if I don't decide that, I will just remain the way I am. Some people just remain the way they are financially, their salary, whatever they are doing. They don't want to make any improvement. So the law says that anything always remain at rest unless acted by now. But it's not even at rest alone. There's a law called entropy. That means if you leave anything to yourself, it starts to depreciate. I'll come to that law. That not just being at rest is a problem. Once you're at rest, you start depreciating. Bad things start happening. So if you are not growing, you are dying. It's not like I'm not growing, I am where I am. Because if I know that for something to happen to me, I must learn something better. I must be impacted. I must be added. I must add value to myself. If I know that no matter the kind of condition I'm struggling in life, I know that struggle will come to an end only if I've decided to add more value to myself. So write this down, very, very important. Things don't just happen to us. 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 Full stop. All things happen because I have done something or I am not doing anything. Things don't just happen to us. Full stop. All things happen because I have done something or I did not do something. Bracket open. Bracket open. Determining factor. So two things happen. Things don't just happen to us. All things happen because I did something or I did not do something. I did not do something. So either I do am or no do am. That's what they call a determining factor. Determining factor. So something happened. Now, either I do something, I did not do it. But if that happens to me, and it wasn't me that did it, that is things happen, I put it on my notes. Someone did something or did not do. That is called the contributing factor. Someone did something, or did not do something. Did not do something. Somebody did not do something. That one is called contributing factor. Something or did not do, determining factor. Or someone did something or did not do, determining factor. So things don't just happen. If it happened to me and you, it's either I did something or I did not do, that is determining factor. Or someone did not do something or someone did something, that's contributing factor. So two things make something to happen in my life, in your life. Either determining factor or contributing factor. Now, what are the determining factors? The things I'm supposed to do, discipline, concept, ideas, habits. I will give you a lot of list of them. What are the contributing factors? The government policies, the nation, your uncle, your auntie did not help you. Your brother did not give $50 billion. So something that somebody did not do or did, or your mentor or leader did not teach you or teach you. So two factors that happen. But Initial says that nothing will just happen to a man, except something happened to that man, either from the inside or from the outside. There must be a force. Something that ball did not just move. Something moved it. That body did not arrest. That body, something made it to always move from where it was. So a body will remain at rest or in motion except acted by an external force or an unbalanced force. Force must happen. So that force could be something I did or did not do, the time factor, or something someone did or someone did not do. So if I know that I will not for you to get better, I must do something. So if I don't do that, right now you're not very important. Contributing factors are things that are outside of you and you cannot control. Contributing factors are things that are outside of you and you cannot control, that has nothing to do with you but affect you. Contributing factors are things that are outside of you and you can't control, and have nothing to do with you but it affects you. Contributing factors are factors that happen outside of you that you cannot control but have something to do with you, that have something but has nothing to do with you but affect you. So there are factors that happen outside of you cannot control and have nothing to do with you but they're affecting you. Like the light problem, the Nigerian policy, tax removal, your neighbor did not do something, your upline did not do something, your mentor did not do. So something that happened outside of you cannot control and have nothing to do with you but affects you. That are all contributing factors. The government policies, the naira, the dollar exchange, inflation, the forex market, the crypto market, the things that happen outside of you cannot control them and has nothing to do with you, but the decisions is affecting you. If there's a national grid now, lights went off the city, is it affecting you? You can't charge your phone, you have to go and buy petrol, so everything affecting you. So the subsidy removal, the inflation, this factor, the weather, the sun, the moon, you cannot control them. So something happens outside of you can't control and has nothing to do with you but affect you. That are all contributing factors. That means those things can actually affect you financially, emotionally, spiritually. It can affect you. So somebody telling your husband, I used to beat my wife. Go and beat your wife. You should beat him. Or something your wife, hey, that's how men are. Do this. So all those things are something that is not you. Something outside of you is affecting you negatively. I want to talk about something about negative factor, that we are positive people. Doesn't mean that all things work for us. But just that things are working better than thinking negative. I'll talk to that very soon. But let me just establish this fact first. So write it down, determining factors are factors that happen inside of you and you can control. They are all factors that happen inside of you and you can control. These are your character, your faith, your behavior, your talent. Determining factors are factors that happen inside of you. You can control them. your anger, your bitterness, your behavior, your character, your vitality, fidelity, focus, courage, determination, the diligence, honesty, name them, a lot of them. Determining factor, out factor happening inside of you, you can control them. So that one is the real thing that determines whether you respond or you react to life. All determining factors happen inside of you, and you can control them. Your faith, your behavior, your focus, your diligence, your vitality, your fidelity, your anger, your bitterness, you can control them. They are the factors that determine whether you succeed in life or not. They are the factor that makes a whole lot of difference. So the problem now is this. We are talking about 3 factors that can help you to stop struggling. The good news about the training is that we are still talking about the law of inertia. We've not gotten here yet. The good thing about this particular law is that it will help you not to be a victim, but be a victor. So how will somebody be a victim? A victim is always conclude that everything happening to him are all contributing factor. That is why victims blame. Write it down. Victims, I'll give you victims and victors. Victims always conclude that everything happening to them are all contributing factors. That is why victims always blame, complain, and justify. Victims always conclude that everything happening to them are all contributing factors. Victims always conclude that all things happening to them, good or bad, are all contributing factors. That's why victims complain, blame, and justify. All victims always conclude that everything and anything happening to them are all contributing factors. That is why victims complain, blame, and justify. That means, for someone to say, I'm a victim, that means he thinks and draw a conclusion that everything happening to him, good or bad, are all contributing factors. Is the government, is the police, is this, that means that that's why they always blame. Because when you know your power to contributing factors, you move your power to change your life to that contributing factors. So don't be a victim thinking that what happens to you are all contributing factors. They are not. Write it down, you're very important. Victors, always acknowledge them. Victors, I told you that they are victim and victors. Victim and victors. Victors always complain, always acknowledge that all contributing factors are only contributing factors. All of us know all contributing factors are only and only remain a contributing factors. And I say victors, always copy from your neighbor. The copy is allowed. I have a lot of things to copy to acknowledge. Victors always acknowledge that. Victors always acknowledge that. Victors always acknowledge that all things, all contributing factors only remain contributing factors. Victors always conclude that all contributing factors only remain contributing factors. Is it my own? One to five. 1 to 5, yeah. So victors always acknowledge that all contributing factors are only contributing factors, and not greater than I am, not greater than I am, not greater than determining factors embedded in me. Not greater than determining factors embedded in me. So that all contributing factors are contributing factors, and not greater than the determining factors embedded in me. That is how victors think. Hey, whatever is happening is happening, no problem. But I have something greater in me that is bigger than what's happening on the outside. So that is how victors emerge as victors. Victors always acknowledge that all contributing factors are contributing factors and are not greater than determining factors embedded in me. That is the difference between the two of us. So we look at the same object, we give it 2 different meanings and 2 different outcomes. So a victim look at the factor and say, what is happening to me are contributing factors. I'm helpless and useless and I cannot help myself. While the victor look at the factor and say, all contributing factors remain contributing factors. They are not greater than determining factors embedded in me. That's how it happens. So once we think like this, something happens, write the next statement. You can use the determining factors embedded in you to overcome all contributing factors happening outside of you. We can always use determining factors embedded in me to overcome all contributing factors happening outside of me. We can always use all determining factors embedded in me. Your giftings, your faith, your vitality, name them, your focus, your design, your skill sets, your competence. We can always use all determining factors embedded in me to overcome all contributing factors happening outside of me. Factors I cannot control. So we can always use. So a body remain at rest and always be at rest. A body remain in motion, always be motion on a straight line, except acted by force. So I know that there's something happening in me, there's something happening outside of me. And whatever happened in me, I can always overcome what's happening outside of me. So that's a mindset. That mindset sees problem as opportunity. That mindset sees every challenging moment as a means of solving it. That mindset sees every need that needs to be met. That mindset sees every desires that the name it goes dreams that can achieve it. Until you begin to see that something inside of you is more important than something happening outside of you. That is the moment you will stop complaining. But the moment you begin to see that whatever happening outside of you, your relationship, your finances, your business, your enterprise, your organization, that you cannot help them. And you don't now. I went to market, I could not make sales. It's not my fault. No, wait first. I don't have a problem that's not your fault. But what are you going to do today so that tomorrow you can make the sales? What are you going to do today so that tomorrow you have a different result? I don't have a problem that something happened. But whatever happened has happened. We cannot change that factor. But what are we going to do now that we can make a different result tomorrow? That is the most important thing. Always seeing solution as a way forward. Always, anytime you have a challenge, you need to see that the matter is you. That assuming I learn better, I know better, I would have gotten a better result. Because I know the evidence of knowledge is an improved outcome. Tell me what the evidence of knowledge is an improved outcome. That you know, your outcome should be better. Because I know businesses don't fail. People fail. People don't fail. They don't just know enough. If you know enough, you will know. So the fact is that the problem is not the problem. The point is that are you willing to learn? Are you willing to know? Because only when you learn, you can earn. If you remove L from learning, remove this one, you can earn. A man that doesn't want to learn can never earn. He has limitations. Those limitations can come from self-limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging beliefs. He has some self. It's a self matter. It's all self-identity, self-crisis. So identity crisis. So it's a problem of always define yourself as someone that is weak. Never you define yourself. So the people that define themselves as someone that is weak, as victim, are people that always think that contributing factors are their problems. But any victor always believes that determining factors is the major factor. So we define things differently. I don't have the result I want to get. I don't look at contributing factors. I look at determining factors because that's the most important factor. So you can always use your determining factor embedded in you to overcome all the contributing factors happening outside of you, all the challenges. So decision making, discipline, tenacity are all determining factors, and they are more important and impactful to my life than all the contributing factors. For example, I drove my car sometime last year. So Keke man from Wanyiba, I don't know where the man was coming from, where the man was looking or not looking. I don't even know. I don't pass the junction already. I just had to, there was a car in front of us, I had to hold the brake so that I will not hit the car in front of me. This Keke man from nowhere, by the side though, come hit the back of my car, and immediately hit the car, the Keke turned. And the man came out again, start lying down on the ground and start crying, start telling me, I beg you, that is pressure, that somebody in the village swallow wheelbarrow, shovel, all those problems. He was just talking, and I just look at this man. I would have simply blamed the man. You are very stupid. You are an idiot. And I asked myself, waiting carry me enter this neighborhood. That is, I mean, ask myself, okay, why do you hold the brakes? So if you don't pass, now me carry myself come here. I just tell the man, if I look the way in course, even if I say make a man fix my car, he cannot even before to fix that Mercedes Benz is a problem. So I just look the guy. I know if he talk, I just leave the guy. They enter my car, they go my way. Because if I need to look at that problem now as the guy that is a fault now, I'll be angry. I'll be upset. One day me and no bomb was moving around road. You don't pass from any store. So we are coming. One came and just I don't even know what happened to these Keke people. So all them say now advanced Okada rider, they just progress them to Keke. They know the guy just came, he just scratched my car, even bend my mirror. Me and no bomb belong, just look at this guy from the mirror. I just tired. I just know just talk to her. I just know that Keke that I hit my car. I spent the money I used to spend to fix that my car. Even if I sell that Keke now, to fix that problem, go fit it. So I just look at all these things. I don't blame them. I blame myself for just dragging road with these people. For just hold my bag, make the people carry their wahala, they go. Make I carry my own wahala, they go my own way. So what I'm trying to say, so when you don't blame people, you don't blame circumstances. You'll be happy, more full of energy to create something positive. Because I'll talk about the source of energy because this is the problem with energy. I'll talk that shortly right now. Because energy is a major factor. Why inertia is very important? Because if that your energy is not directed positively to a lot of inertia, it will affect you. You will stay in one spot thinking that you are growing. You are not growing, no. You are actually dying when I come to entropy. So let's begin to look at the law of energy. Number 2 outline today, or number 2, the law of conservation of energy. Let's begin to look at it. So we said here The body remain at rest and will continue to be in motion on its own except acted by force. The law of energy conservation energy says that energy can never be created nor destroyed. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only change form. That is, it can only transform from one form to another. So energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only change form. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only change form. Brackets open, only transform from one form to another, meaning that total energy in an isolated system remains constant. So write it down. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only change form. So that means for me to just stop the leave the remaining story. Leave the remaining one that I said you write that energy can only be transformed from one form to another. Meaning that the total energy is an isolated system remain constant. So leave all those grammar. Just like energy can neither be created nor destroyed, it can only change form. That means to say that for you to energy can only change form. And every energy that must change form in positive direction, we must apply intention. So it must be intentional. Don't worry, I'm going to give you the name. It must be intentional. Why? Because uh, our life, write it down, very important. For our life to be better, we must be hyper intentional. For our life to be better, we must be hyper intentional. Hyper, H-Y-P-E-R. We must be hyper intentional. Hyper, H-Y-P-E-R. For our life to be better, we must be hyper intentional about what we turn our energy into. For our life to be better, we must be hyper intentional about what we turn our energy into. Full stop. Because we are always turning our energy into something. For our life to be better, we must be hyper intentional about what we turn our energy into. For our life to be better, we must be hyper intentional about what we turn our energy into. Because we always turn our energy to something. So look at your life today. I said, for our life to be better, we must be hyper intentional about what we turn our energy into. Because we always turn our energy into something. So do you have a shoe today? Do you have a clothes today? Do you have a car? Do you have a land? Whatever you have today, you turn your energy into that. You made the money, you turn your energy, convert it to value product services, serve somebody, work for somebody, you turn that energy, you eat food, you get the energy, you work, and whatever you are doing, sending text, making call, making sales. So when you get the money, you get the energy into something. So we always turn our energy to our cars, our house, our clothes, the wristwatch you are wearing today, the clothes you are wearing today. You turn your energy into that. You use your hand to buy it. Somebody give it to you, but because your energy was so strong that you now attract the person, or your energy was so weak, you now repel the person. Whatever anything that happened to me and you, is our energy that we turn into those things. You have a relationship that you're happy about is your energy. The one you're not happy about is your energy. Your family is your energy. So the law of conservation energy says that energy can never be created nor destroyed. You always transform, change form. So whatever forms of everything happening around you, it is your energy. So if I know that, I will know that the initial is not the problem. That I will always turn my energy into something. I will turn my energy to move forward. So people that don't know that my circumstances is a product of my energy, they always blame factors. If you know that actually everything that we are turning our life into is either good or bad, we turn our life into houses, relationship, children, bank accounts, wardrobe. The energy of our life is transformed from one form to the outside energy that we're experiencing. So we have to use our energy intentionally. Write it down. We must use our energy intentionally to direct. We must use our energy intentionally. We must use our energy intentionally to direct it in a way that will produce a predetermined outcome. We must use our energy intentionally in a way. No. We must use our energy intentionally to direct it in a way to produce a predetermined outcome. We must use our energy intentionally to direct it in a way to produce a predetermined outcome. We must use our energy intentionally in a way to direct. I missed it up. We must use our energy intentionally to direct it in a way to produce a predetermined outcome. So I've already determined an outcome I want to get in my business, in my marriage, in my relationship, in my investment. And I must use it directly, intentionally to direct it in a way to give me that outcome. So every energy is either positive or negative. Every energy has positive or negative. So if I understood this conservation energy, that everything that happens to me is as a result of my energy, directing it in a positive way or negative, because two things happen to this thing called victim and victor. Victims always react. Victors respond. Victims always react. They always react to things. The victors response. I really talk about response and reactions. So reaction is that you are allowing contributing factors to determine how you act. Response that you're allowing a determining factor to allow you to respond to life. So a victim always, his problem is always contributing factor. That's the problem with a victim. He always thinks like, it's not me, it's my husband, it's my wife, it's my business partner, it's my staff, it's my government. So when you channel your energy to reactions, someone will match you, say, what can shake at here? That means because me, I already made up my mind that whatever happens to me, I will not blame anybody. So I already made up my mind that I will actually hold myself accountable for not allowing that to happen again. It will never happen again. So the first one can be a mistake. So I don't want things to happen to me a second time because it's foolishness. For things to happen to you that you don't like, and you want it to happen the second time, you should be able to ask yourself, what happened? Why did this happen to me? That means failing is not the problem, but quitting is the problem. so the thing is this. Energy can, if I know that the result I have is a result of my energy, because okay, let me something to you to understand very important today. Let me something to write it down. You understand very well. Most good things that comes to us, write it down. Most good things that come to us as a result of being a source of high energy. Most good things that come to us, come to us as a result of being a source of high energy. Most good things that comes to us, come to us as a result of being a source of high energy, as opposed of a source of low energy. Most good things that comes to us, come to us as a result of being a source of high energy, as opposed to a source of low energy. Most things that come to us as a result of being a source of high energy, as opposed of a source of low energy. My time is up, right? Okay. Let me just land somewhere. I'll gather you. So, if good things happen to you, work very well. You're more excited. You believed it. You pray. You fasted. You have believed. You have faith. You are so hyper. Even if you go into a relationship with a low energy, the person will leave you eventually. The person will leave you. So most things, not good things happen to us as a result of being a source of high energy. Write this, very important. If not written anything today, please write this one. You will tell me thank you. I can assure you. You will tell me thank you. Right now, positive thinking does not make everything work. Positive thinking does not make everything work or fix everything. It just makes everything works better than negative thinking. Positive thinking does not make everything work. Yeah, thinking positive doesn't mean that everything will work for you or fix everything in my life. But it just makes everything work better than negative thinking. Positive thinking does not necessarily make everything work or fix everything. That I'm a positive thinker doesn't mean that everything will just work for me. No. Positive thinking does not make everything work or fix everything. But it just makes everything work better than negative thinking. It just makes it work better. Positive thinking does not make everything work or fix everything. It doesn't really make everything work for you the way you want it or fix everything, but it just makes things better than thinking. Just make everything work better than negative thinking. So the question you have to ask yourself today, and I would like us to add this question. You have to put your note. Question. 2 questions. Number 1, am I a source of high energy? Number 2, am I a source of low energy? Ask that question on. Am I a source of high energy? Number 2, am I a source of low energy? Because energy must always be transformed from one form to another. So if things happen to me that I don't want, it's an indicator that either is a contributing factor, it's not me, or my energy was low. And if my energy was low, that means I can actually go back and use my determining factor. That makes me a victor. Victors take responsibilities. Victors respond. That's the difference. While victims don't take responsibility, they simply blame, justify, and complain. It's not me. It's the government. It's not me. It's my father. It's not me. It's my wife. It's not me. It's my pastor. My pastor is very stingy. Imagine all the tithe and offering I've been paying. That church, I was watching the offering basket. I just went to the pastor. He's giving me 1 million. He can say, has strength, 200,000. He said, money no there. My brother, leave pastor alone. Leave them alone. Just take responsibility for your life. Leave your president, leave your government alone. Leave them alone. Take responsibility. Say I'm in charge. Say I'm a success. Say I'm a millionaire. That's the most important factor. If you focus like that, you don't have problem. You don't complain to anybody. So, as you ask yourself a question, am I a source of high energy? Number two question, or am I a source of low energy? Which one are you? A source of high energy. So, because if I ask you a question, how are you doing? And you say, I'm just surviving, low energy. It's not too bad, low energy. I'm just fine, low energy. So, a person says, how are you? I'm strong, energetic, awesome, positive energy. Tell me positive. Please, if you've not written anything, write this one. I've done the round of my club already. Low energy source can never produce high energy results. Low energy source can never, will never produce and sustain high energy results. Like low energy source can never and will never produce high energy results. Low energy source can never produce and sustain high energy results. Low energy source can never produce and sustain high energy results. It can never. Low energy source can never produce or sustain high energy results. Never. It can never sustain. So I should ask myself, am I a source of high energy or am I a source of low energy? If I'm a source of high energy, I know that whatever I plug my energy into, I will transform. That is why the Bible says, we are the salt of the earth. We are the lights of the world. These are how high energy. High energy. High energy. One salt enters soup. You go know, say the guy don't show. Yes or yes? Yes. When light shine, darkness cannot comprehend it. The guy don't need shout, he just needs to shine. Tell me shine. Shine. Let our light so shine that the world will see the glory and glorify God. So let your light shine so bright that, in fact, that's what the Bible says, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are the head and never beneath. So you are lifted far above principalities and powers. Say, I am lifted. I am lifted. Far above. Far above. Principalities. And powers. Say, I am seated. I am seated with him in heavenly places. So you can imagine. So when you begin to define yourself in a positive way, as an entrepreneur, as an investor, it gives you audacity and the confidence and courage to approach the marketplace with a different mentality, seeing things differently. High energy. Say high energy. High energy. Say, I am high energy. I am high energy. So you have to define yourself that way. I will leave the remaining one till tomorrow. So we'll have to look at the remaining one till tomorrow. So because of my time factor, because a lot of us are actually, when things happen to us, you keep rush to look at contributing factors that make a victim. If you want to see yourself as not help, you cannot help yourself. No, that is not the plan. You want to stop struggling. Remember, a body will always remain at rest or remain in emotion, except acted by a force outside it, an external force. So, and energy, of course, can always be transformed. And what makes the important thing is the energy that I generate. It's my energy that brings to me, that define the odds. My energy define all odds. My energy makes things work for me. So these three powerful laws that will end every struggle or change your life forever is that I know that I'm in charge. Tell me I'm in charge. I'm in charge. That is the best we can take today. So tomorrow we'll conclude on the law of conserved energy and talk about entropy, and then connect three of them together to show you how you can use it to empower yourself, so that you can inspire yourself to become the ultimate, stronger, powerful version of yourself. So be able to create legacy. Tell me legacy. Start to build successional plan. Start to build something for your children. A man that doesn't think about succession, a man that doesn't think about legacy, a man that doesn't think about tomorrow, is a man that lives today as if the life ends today. If you know that you think you are going to leave something behind, because if you don't take the risk, you cannot make history. You don't take action, you cannot make money. Because risk takers are history makers, action makers, action takers are money makers. And you don't take risk and action, your history will forget about you. And when history forget about you, you are just surviving on earth. And the worst thing for a man to survive, you start living life. Living life, even you start thinking tomorrow, start thinking succession, because that will affect the way you're acting today. So you must leave something behind, because a good man leaveth inheritance to his children. Say, I'm a good man. Say, I'm a good woman. I'm a good woman. So you must do something different. So you must do something, because it's going to happen to your eternity. You're not thinking about eternity, a life after this. What I told you, death is not the end of life. Death is the beginning of a new life. Death is the beginning of a new life. Only men that think like that makes a difference. So online community, don't get involved in a business without a mentor. Mentorship is the legal shortcut to success. He that stands in the shadow of mentors will see far. See you tomorrow. See you at the top. Have a wonderful week. Shalom. That is the best we can take today. Bye-bye for now. Okay. So for